Hello, I'm Erin Roberts with DANTES, and we're excited to start the new year off. Not especially excited about COVID, but that's why we're here to talk to you today to discuss one of DANTES' education programs that can be especially helpful during COVID while we all are home and we have some time on our hands. And then we also want to touch on education programs because the New Year resolutions that some of us make, education is a big New Year resolution. And I have with me Elizabeth Berry from Peterson's. Elizabeth?
Thank you, Erin, for having me. Nice to be here. I am the Director of Marketing at Peterson's, and Peterson's is a contractor with DANTES, and I'm excited to tell you more about our academic skills programs, which include the OASC, the Online Academic Skills Course, and the CPST, College Placement Skills Training Course.
Okay, well, fabulous. Thank you for being with us, Elizabeth. And the Academic Skills Training Program is one of our biggest programs. So we're excited to talk about it today. And Elizabeth, as our defense contractor for the program, can you tell everyone who is eligible, who can use the program?
Absolutely. So all active duty service members and their families, Reserve, National Guard, Reserve, Coast Guard, their families, as well as DoD civilians.
Okay, and one big note that we do want to start off with, which everybody likes, is the program is actually a no-cost program for service members and the folks that are using it. So it is no cost to the users. So on that one, Elizabeth, tell us a little bit. There's two courses. Can you talk a little bit about the online academic skills course, or OASC?
Yes. The OASC, Online Academic Skills Course, is designed to help service members improve their academic skills in math, English, and science. It is particularly helpful for service members that are going to retake their ASVAB or their AFCT, if they're hoping to possibly reclassify. Also, our program really helps students and service members improve their learning skills and their study habits. So if you have a different educational goal, this program is still very beneficial for you.
Okay, and it sounds like, I'm gonna go off track a little bit. It sounds like too, this is where the program, the OASC program, would be beneficial for a service member's family, the children in school right now, correct?
Absolutely. A lot of these academic skills that are covered in the course are things that high school students would also be covering, and especially those who are looking to take college prep admissions tests, so the ACT or SAT. This course would be very helpful for those individuals as well.
Okay, good skills to have. Now, the second course, it's all on the same platform, but the second course is the CPST course, or the College Placement Skills Training. And tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. So when an individual applies to college, they often will be placed in a particular skill level for math, English, science. Now, most of these courses are credit bearing, but if a student has to take a remedial course, that will not be credit bearing. And of course, we don't want them to have to pay for that if they're not going to get the credit. So the College Placement Skills Training course helps prepare students to be college ready day one, right out of the gate, and start their college courses off on the right foot. One of these tests that you may be familiar with is called the AccuPlacer. So this course is helping to prepare for exams like the AccuPlacer.
Okay, so, and it sounds like basically this is like a save time and save money benefit here. They're saving time by not having to take that course, and they're saving money by not having to pay for it.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. Great. Well, let's look at the overall benefits, if I could. Why would a service member want to spend time taking these courses online? What would you say the overall benefit for them would be?
Sure. Well, as I mentioned before, many service members are taking these courses because they hope to reclassify. And this is, I would say, an easy way, because it's online, sort of a self-service way for individuals to study at their own pace. And you mentioned also the college, the CPST. We talked about how that can save folks time and money in terms of getting off on the right foot in college. Also, going back to the OASC, some services are requiring the completion of this for tuition assistance.
Okay. Okay. So that's a big one. It's a requirement for some of the services. So we would want to make sure that service members, if you talk to your education counselors, they would be able to tell you if that was indeed the case. So if you have any questions on that, we always encourage service members to make sure you talk to your education counselors so you can find out more there. Are there any, Elizabeth, are there any tutorials or webinars that folks might take to learn more about the program?
There absolutely are. We actually have a webinar coming up on February the 11th. About a new development in the OASC, which is we're going to be talking about how the OASC course is now adaptive. And if you'll bear with me, I'll tell you just a little bit more about how that benefits students. So when a student goes into the OASC, they start off by taking a diagnostic test. Now that the course is adaptive, if a student has already demonstrated competency in the diagnostic test, they won't have to go through those additional course lessons within the platform. So if you're already, a math wizard, you're not going to need to take additional lessons or courses in that area. And this allows students to really focus their studies on the things that they need to most improve on.
Okay, well, that sounds great. Everybody likes to be able to skip something that they already know about. So that sounds like a great new update to the program. How about a lot of folks, Christmas time we just had, a lot of folks got new phones and new mobile devices. Does Peterson's have an app for the OAS program?
There is an app for that, Erin. Peterson's and Dantes just launched an OASC academic skills training app. You can go to the Google Play or App Store and search for OASC academic skills training, and you will find an app that, again, is free for all active duty service members, their families, DoD civilians to use. And a couple of the great things about this are, one, you can study on the go. So if you are in line at the grocery store and want to do a few flashcards, or you have a couple minutes in between classes or on your lunch break, you can study. You can study wherever you are. The other wonderful thing is that we also have a downrange capability on the app. So for service members who know that they are going to be in a Wi-Fi desert, so to speak, before they deploy, they can download the app, download the offline study pack, which basically saves to the local device, and then they have the study materials on their phone, and they can study regardless of if there's Wi-Fi or not.
That's fabulous. So all they have to do is have power, a charged phone, and they'll an app. Okay, that's great. Now, let me ask this. Do they have to have the account on the website before they can have the account on the phone, or are the two interchangeable?
Great question, Erin. For service members and credentials on the app that they do on the I should say the web-based platform. And then if they haven't signed up yet, they can sign up right on the app. So we make it as easy as possible for folks.
Okay, well, fabulous. We've talked a lot in these few minutes, but then one last thing would be for folks that might have missed something or have other questions, where can people go to find more information?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that. We're putting the information up on the screen as we speak. If you'd like to go to the direct web-based platform, it's dantes.petersons.com. You can also search for the app in that App Store or Google Play. The Dantes website is always one of the first places that I recommend folks go because there's so much great information there. The Dantes app, which I love the notifications that come through that app. And then also for individuals that have questions, please feel free to contact Dantes at the email address listed there.
Okay, fabulous. Thank you, Elizabeth. Well, I do want to thank you especially for joining us today. We love your product. And, you know, the important thing is it is a product for service members, for their family members, for so many people to help you with your education. And it's a new year. We have time on our hands during this time that we're all going through. So I just want to thank everybody for joining us. And I want to really encourage you to check out the links and to download the app and start on your education if you haven't. And if you have and you might have lapsed, get back into it and get reinvigorated and start working on your skills and your education, because it really can affect your future. And, you know, and then again, we're in COVID, so it's gonna help you to keep the brain moving. Elizabeth, do you have anything?
Nothing. It's my pleasure. It's Peterson's pleasure to be of assistance to all of our service members across the globe. Thank you.
Fabulous. Stay safe.
You as well.